together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, and I'm in a really bad fucking mood. So, do the best I can. I tell you, I really don't fucking care. I don't. I'm so tired of people not fucking listening. I'm so tired of it. So don't worry, I'm not taking it out on my folks here. You didn't piss me off. I might get a phone call during this. If I do, I'm gonna have to cut it short. It'll be Kaiser. I keep telling them something's wrong with my finger. They don't want to fucking listen. They don't want to fucking believe me. They think I am pill seeking. I am not pill seeking. Dear Lord. Now it's gotten worse, and it's worse because they refuse to fucking listen. So now I need to advocate. And I told them yesterday, if this doesn't work, you are going to have a different Dion on your hands. Because I will advocate. If you think I'm going to let this happen to the next fucking person, you are wrong. All right? You got Aurora Mental Health. Okay? I'm going to blow them out of the water today. I'm done. I'm going to give them the what for. The what for, and the what for is this. After 4 years of getting them to try and change their resources, they refuse to. They want to continue doing the same thing, therefore giving us the same thing, which means it's not going to get any better. So glad you built that great building for posterity. Okay? They're going to let me run an AA meeting, but they're not going to let any of the clients come. What is the fucking point? What are they trying to hide? What is going on here? Okay? I mean, it's okay to let people in that are abusing people and body brokering and people that have committed Medicaid fraud. But fuck if we let somebody in that's actually going to help, that actually gives a fuck. Dear Lord, it's horrible. It's one of those days where I'm wondering why I even do what I fucking do. Why even bother? I'm having a bad hair day, so I'm going to put on a hat. I'm not doing the Dion's Daily Funnies today because I don't feel like it. So today we're talking about working with failure. So how apropos. Yeah, I'm like, maybe this wasn't the best one for Dion to do today. Or maybe this is a great one for Dion to do today because he's in a pissy fucking mood. So maybe it is a good day to do it. See? Now, don't worry, I'll change my attitude soon. But I haven't been able to 10-step it, and it's been percolating, been brewing since I got up. And I slept even longer because my finger freaking hurts, and I didn't get any sleep. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. I don't know that you're going to get the enlightened Dion today. Maybe later. I don't know. Maybe I'll call my therapist, get an extra. No, I need to scream and yell today. I do. I feel like throwing shit at the present moment. I feel like punching walls. Yes, I do. That wouldn't help my finger any. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it. Although I did slam the garage door, and God, that felt good. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. All right, so I'm going to put my shit aside for a little bit so we can do this. We can do it the way it needs to be done. This is today's daily reflection, right? And, it's called the challenge of failure. And I need to halt. Okay, please don't give me advice right now. Please don't give me advice right now. No, I know what I'm doing. Thank you. I'm not hungry. I'm not angry. I'm not lonely. Neither am I tired. I'm a little tired because but I slept eventually. Right now, what I need to do is put my foot up people's asses who are not listening. Yeah, that's what needs to be done. I've waited too long. I should have done it 2 days ago. I should have done it a while ago. So, all right. So what do? Well, we 10th step things so that we bring it down to a normal level so that we can talk about things. So the challenge of failure in God's economy, nothing is wasted. Through failure, we learn a lesson in humility, which is probably needed, painful though it is, right? And, in the beginning, what was the failure? Well, it was our drinking. We try and quit drinking, then it wouldn't work. We would fail. You know, in the beginning of your sobriety, I don't know that you're necessarily going to fail a lot, but you are going to be wrong about pretty much everything that comes out of your mouth because it's new and we're learning, right? So take it as being naive, and there's nothing wrong with being naive. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means you don't know yet. That's all right. There's a lot of things in this world I don't know yet. I'm still naive about. So, all right. And that's how As Bill Sees It. We'll go to it here shortly and read the rest of it, page 31. How thankful I am today to know that all my past failures were necessary for me to be where I am now. All right. I agree with that and I don't agree with it. Right. But there's this part of Dion that's kind of defiant. Just slightly, right? So, were all my past failures necessary for me to be where I'm at? Well, I am who I am, and I am what I am, right? So, yeah, I don't know if it was necessary, but I can't disagree with it. You know, uh, through much pain came experience, and in suffering, I became obedient. I don't like that word. I, even though I follow it, I don't like the word obedient. That's okay. I just don't like it today. How about that? When I sought God as I understood him, he shared his treasured gift. He shared his treasured gifts. Through experience and obedience, growth started, followed by gratitude. Yes. Then came peace of mind, living and in sharing sobriety. Yeah. I'm looking at that peace of mind part and thinking, what do I need to do to see if I can find some of that, right? Like right now, I can go ahead and start my day over, which I think is kind of the answer, right? Because I still deserve to have a good day, right? I'm in a lot of pain right now. A lot of pain. I will have to admit, I had to take another trazodone, but I don't think it's doing anything. So my whole hand hurts, and I can't. I'm supposed to do these exercises, and I can't. Right. So it takes me a while to make that fist, but what happens, right, when I open my fist, watch my middle finger. See how it stopped? Right? All right, then it just popped. My middle finger just popped right there, and it hurts really bad when it does that. Now, there is a part where I know this is probably partly Dion's attitude, right? Because when I have a bad attitude, things seem to hurt worse, right? But I'm angry because I'm still in pain. That's one of the reasons I'm angry. And it's okay to be angry. Okay. Now, the thing is sometimes things do not happen until I get angry. So I can tell you this. After today, I can tell you right now, we're going to know the truth on some things. We're going to know the truth on whether Aurora Mental Health actually wants to change, if they actually do want to be responsible for their resources. Yes, I'm going to confront them on it, in my words. I'm not going to use Chat GPT this time, but I'm not going to be mean either. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to do any of that. But I will let them know that the way that they are treating me is different than the way they are treating other people. And it's uncool. And I do notice. And that I advocate. And that I will come down and picket them. I will. I will do it. I'm willing to do that. So this is about doing the right thing for my community and creating recovery equity, man. This isn't about the almighty dollar for me. All right. So I'll take a little time, Michelle. Absolutely. Yes, I will do that. I've already calmed down a little bit. So it's not the only thing going on in my life, folks. I have other things going on. I have somebody accusing me of something. I have, yeah. So, and I am really tired of my finger fucking hurting all the time. I can't do anything either. That's part of the problem. I can't decompress because I can't play my games. So may I have to find, I think I'm gonna have to find it. Maybe that's what I need to focus on today, finding a different way to decompress. That'd be a good idea. Maybe I haven't been able to get to it. I also need to work on my disability paperwork. The goal is to have that done by Friday, so I need to take a day. All right. So this goes on to say it talked about God's economy, and through failure we learn lessons in humility. Right now, not necessarily humiliation, but understanding that we might be wrong, that we could be wrong in a situation. That's the humility that I would take from this. And is it painful to be wrong? It's not required. It's I'm wrong often. I don't feel guilty about it. You know what I do? I take care of it right then and there. I'm not gonna sit around in guilt. I take care of it. We did not always come closer to wisdom by reason of our virtues. Lord knows I didn't come closer to wisdom by the reason of my virtues. My virtues weren't very good. They weren't very good, man. You know. So I had to learn some new virtues. And that's all right too. You know. It gets a little bit harder when you get older because you're supposed to know this stuff supposedly already. But yeah. I I don't necessarily buy that, but it does is part of the stigma that comes with it. And that's what's going on with these people on my finger is there's stigma going on, and we're going to clear that up. So our better understanding is often rooted in the pains of our former follies. Yep. Oh, crack. Did you hear that? That was my jaw, and that felt good. Oh, there are too many things that pop in my body. It's right. Our better understanding is often rooted in the pains of our former follies. And what do they say? That pain is the touchstone of all change. Well, there's pain going on right now, and gosh, Dion is willing to make some changes, not just physical pains, but emotional and spiritual pains. Yes. Yeah. Because this has been the essence of our individual experience. It is also the essence of our experiences of fellowship. When we go, when we do something as a group and it is wrong and we learn from it, sure, that can happen. Yeah. You're if you're in a group, it also needs to continue getting better and building and moving forward, or it will fall apart. And the group itself does need to have uh, needs to have growth also. Um, at some point, you'll find things will get stagnant here and there, where it's the same people doing the same thing over and over. We try and mix it up in grassroots. Doesn't always work that way, right? That But anyway, so now we're going to talk a little bit about how a failure isn't final, right? It's supposed to be instructional. And that's kind of what we're going after here. Okay. Now, when you mess up, you're probably going to beat up on yourself a little bit. Let's try and refrain from that. Maybe use enough to get motivated, but I would probably give the rest to God. It's what I'm doing. Sure, I'm angry, but I'm holding on to just enough anger to motivate me. The rest is God's at this point. I've been saying the angry man's prayer in my head while I'm doing this. So thank God for ADHD, and I'm capable of doing that. Okay, mistakes happen, setbacks happen, even slips happen. It says relapses here, but I want to start using the right words. Slip means you went out and came right back. That's what a slip is. And people will tell you, well, it means sobriety loss is priority. Came right back. Did it lose its priority? Or were you facing something that you didn't know how to take care of yet? Maybe you didn't have a tool in your toolbox yet. Maybe you had 2 weeks, decided to go to a concert with your old friends thinking that you were going to be able to stay sober. Yeah, that's going to be pretty tough to do. Okay. So even a slip can be something that moves you forward. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in grassroots. How many times do we've had people that slip? They don't talk about it. After a while, it comes out, and suddenly they are part of the group. Then they start doing the work. And so, is that a part of recovery? I would say yes. I would have to say yes. If you learned from it. So what if they made another mistake, a different mistake that didn't involve alcohol would have been so consequential? All right. So the question isn't if we fall, it's what we do next. It is always what we do next, what we do with it. I still have these emotions. Before, what I would do is I would drink and take it out on my family. No, I don't do that anymore. I'm going to take my anger to the appropriate places. Okay. Does that mean I get to be a jerk? Does it mean I get to name call? No, it does not. That is not what that means. Okay. But I have found that things don't really happen until Dion gets mad. People are like, you need to be patient. Okay, the patience is over with, friends. Okay. Now it's time. And I'm going to be setting boundaries with them. Essentially, what I'm going to tell them is if you are going to continue using the same resources, there is no way I'm going to run an AA meeting for you so that those people can get more people. Not going to happen. You are asking me to go against my own morals. Not only that, but this AA meeting is just appeasement. What is the point in having a detox meeting if the clients in the detox can't go? What is the reason? What is the intention behind it? To look good. That's the intention. No, that's not why we do it. That is promotion. So see, they're not even getting it right. They don't understand it. They want to stay in their clinical world. And what is this? Well, it's unhealed alcoholism. Yeah. These are people who grew up in alcoholic families who didn't get help themselves. Anyway. All right. So this is recovery, or what we think it's old thinking. Failure, oh, proof I'm broken. I'll never get over this. Shame. Right. And we need to switch that. We alcoholics have the cart before the horse on a lot of things. Okay. when we start taking it as feedback, exposure of a weak spot, and opportunity for growth, then failure reveals what we still need to work on. Now, this is going to hurt a lot less if you get through your fourth and fifth step. Yes, settle the past. And this stuff will start to work. Because what's going on right now, if you haven't done your fourth and fifth step and you mess up, it gets accumulated to all the bullshit you're currently holding on to, and it's not going to do you any good. You've got to get to that fourth and fifth step. If you want any chance at all, get to it. Okay? Steps 1, 2, and 3 do not require action and will not set you free. Not the freedom that you need. No. That has been my experience. Humility. Humility grows when we admit we're not perfect. And what is humility? In this case, it's the sacrifice of being the super promoter, of being the center of attention, of being certain things. It's actually kind of what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to sacrifice something. I'm going to sacrifice the AA meeting. I'm not doing it. No. Unless they're going to allow clients to come down, and they won't let us do it after 6 o'clock either. Look at all the restraints they're putting on us. Detox is open 24 hours a day. So I'm supposed to, you're not going to let the clients come, and you're going to hold it during, and we're going to hold it during working hours. That is a setup for failure is what that is. And I ain't biting. Some people might be, oh, then you should go in there and prove to them. No, I ain't got I don't have anything to prove. You don't have anything to prove. As God's child, I stand on my own 2 feet. I don't bow before anyone. All right. It's been my experience 2, 3 times now. I don't understand that one. It's been my experience. Have I said that 3 times? I don't know. Right? So failure breaks pride, it softens the ego, and it forces honesty, right? So the danger of shame, right? So the shame says, you are the mistake. You're not cut out for this. Hide. Now, the first one, you are the mistake. That's, yeah, that's kind of pushing. I was going to say it's kind of true, but you're not a mistake. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Are you going to make mistakes? Yeah. But you're not a mistake. Not as a whole. No way. I don't think that of anybody. Right. So, what happens when we start to get over that shame? Well, it brings us into the light. We start to talk about it, and then we learn from it. Right. So, what we need to do is turn this supposed failure into something good, which is what we do a lot in Alcoholics Anonymous, where we take something bad and or wrong and we turn it into something that can be used by other people so that their life is a little bit better. Right? And sometimes we need to be a good example, like with what's going on with my cousin right now. Right? She's like, I'm sending lawyers after you, and it is what it is. What do I need to do? What are they going to do? Prove that guy isn't my dad? I mean, and nobody understands why either. Okay, but I understand. Yeah. How do I understand? Because I'm also an alcoholic that made up problems so I could drink. I was also that person, so I can understand that, and that helps me find some patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. Although I gotta say, my patience is wearing thin, so I might have to back off on some other things so that I can find some patience on some things, on other things, right? So what we need to do is we need to turn it into good account. Okay, so we talk about it. Okay, I had a slip. Well, what happened? Well, this, and this happened, and we're going to try and get down to the root cause, right? That way, we don't repeat that. We also need to remind this person, hey, you came back, and that is growth. That is growth in and of itself, coming back, right? So, all right, that's going to be it for this one. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.